Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Grand Seiko, this one nicknamed the Snowflake, reference number SBGA211. This one within the Grand Seiko Heritage Collection. This one a 41mm case with a spring drive. All right, I'll be going over all the features of this, including the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, as well as the movement and bracelet. I'll be giving my thoughts on these throughout the video. So again, this case is 41mm in diameter. That's the 2 to 8 o'clock position, also known as the 10 to 4 position. Same diameter, same distance, 41mm, nice and large across. It's 12.5mm thick, and they give the perimeter of the band 193mm total. Well, that doesn't really matter all that much because that's a full set of links. This one is a previously owned version, a pre-owned version, so it's missing one link, but anyway, I digress. This one, rather large on the wrist, although if you have a wrist larger than 7 inches, you'll be doing just fine. So taking a look at the full construction of this case, it's a full titanium build with a satin brush finishing, or what they call a zaratsu polish rather, meaning that it is all done entirely by hand. The finishing done entirely by hand with fully just absolutely precisely made curves with bevels. They're just absolutely sharp to the touch. They won't cut you, of course, but you can definitely feel it on, on this case to the touch. It's incredibly precise. Now taking a look at the finishing here, it's a nice satin brush finishing across the front of this case, as you can see across the front of the lugs. Nice and high polish along the sides of the case. All right, and you get very much the same sort of look with this bezel, all high polish again, going all the way around this watch, giving it a very nice sort of glowy feel when you look at it face on. Now, when you look at this, you have the sapphire crystal nicely domed on the front actually, and also a glare-proof treatment on the underside, so you don't get an echo of the dial when you look at it at certain angles. All right, now taking a look at this dial, this one is why they call it the Snowflake. It looks like it's freshly fallen snow, nicely fallen on the ground with a very uniform pattern, giving it a very interesting texture that you just won't find on any watch, by Rolex or Audemars Piguet or even Patek Philippe. No watchmaker seems to make any sort of texture like this, and so Grand Seiko, well, Seiko in general, have really exceeded the sort of watchmaking standard with not only creating the quartz movement, but also making dials that just you can very easily get lost in just by looking at their texture and just seeing how finely made they are. Now, this dial, I believe, actually does have an 18-karat white gold finish for those index hour marks, larger marks for the 10, 6, and 9, with the 3 o'clock being taken up by the date aperture. Very nicely made as well, with smaller index markers for the rest of the hours. You have the Grand Seiko logo at the 12 o'clock position, and you have the mention of the spring drive with the power indicator at the bottom left near the 8 o'clock position. Now, what is the spring drive? The spring drive is basically what makes this thing work. If you haven't noticed yet, the seconds hand in a blue lance style actually has been moving so incredibly smoothly, and that's due to the movement. Now, before I go any further, the functions of this watch will work as follows. Simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. Doing so, or winding the crown at the first position, allows you to then charge the power reserve. It feels a bit rough to the touch, almost like you're screwing sandpaper in there, but this is actually powering the mainspring barrel. As you can see, the power reserve is going up from top to the left. So when your gauge is all the way down at the bottom, as you can see, that is when it has reached the full power. And over time, it will simply tick upward as it empties, all right? Or rather, as it discharges. Pull it out to the next position. You can then wind the crown a little bit further. Actually, rotating it counterclockwise will advance the date. Now it's about a quarter turn to advance the date by 1, so it's incredibly sensitive, very fast, and easy to quick set the date. All right, so if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, you can simply just move it quarter turn to advance it to the first of the next month when midnight rolls around. Nice and easy. You can then pull the crown out to the final position. Doing so stops that seconds hand, so you can then place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the position of that seconds hand. Wait for an atomic clock to roll around. Simply press the crown back in, screw it back tightly against the case to ensure the superior water resistance of 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. Now, again, the movement is what makes this possible. It's the spring drive, named the caliber 9R65. The spring drive combines the best of both worlds, both mechanical and quartz movements. So there is a quartz crystal in here, but it's powered entirely with a mainspring barrel with no back and forth movement of an escapement. So all of this works with very, very little friction ever. So you also have no power supplied by a third-party power source like a battery. Doing so, the power is actually done by the mainspring barrel, charged up through the bidirectional winder on the inside here, as you can see. Also, by the winding crown, as you can see, as indicated by the power indicator. All right. So you have the mainspring barrel charging all of the internal workings to basically make this work very smoothly with the precision of a quartz watch. Within, I believe they say it's a plus or minus 15 seconds per month on average. So you have around a plus or minus 1 second per day time differential that exceeds basically the highest standards of even Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe. You basically have this working like a literal quartz watch, but with the smoothness of a mechanical watch, or even smoother, because you can't even see the ticking. It's just sweeping so smoothly and so precisely, actually. That is Japanese engineering at its finest. All of this gives you a 72-hour power reserve, so you can set this down for 3 entire days, pick it back up after a long weekend, and you won't even need to wind the watch. And even then, you can still see the power left on that power reserve indicator at the 8 o'clock position. All right, now taking a look at the framing here of this watch, you have a matching integrated titanium bracelet with alternating satin brush with polish finish. Now these are actually 5-piece links going all the way across. You have the 2 outer intermediate links being high polish, nicely framing the larger intermediate satin brush finish link. So only when you take this apart will you actually know that it's actually 5 pieces across, but it sort of mimics that 3-piece oyster link that you would find on Rolex watches. It also comes with a half link on either side of the clasp here, so that you can have, precise sizing should you so desire. You also have a double button deployment fold over clasp with the Grand Seiko logo directly on that clasp there. Sandblasted on the inside, high polish for the logo, and satin brush finishing for the clasp itself. Nice and elegant in its presentation. Press both sides to open it up, and you have a relatively simple sort of button pressing release system that's actually incredibly robust. There's no fear of this accidentally opening, unless you actually press in both sides to open it. All right, and while we're here, I can try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Now keep in mind, my wrist is 7 inches in circumference or 18 centimeters, so it will appear a little bit larger on me, although it doesn't really seem like a 41, although the dial size does tell me that it is indeed a large watch, and certainly 41 millimeters makes sense to me. Now, looking at it on the wrist, incredibly easy to read those index hour marks, a nice contrast against the white snowflake face of the watch, gives it a very easy read, as well as those Dauphin style hands, makes it nice and bold, very easy to read the minutes and hours, and that blue Land style seconds hand, nicely sweeping from the center, makes it also a very nice touch of elegance to a little nice touch of color. Subtle, but it's certainly there on this otherwise monochromatic color of this dial and watch case. Now, looking at it down the wrist, it actually fits my wrist quite nicely, even though it does seem a little bit big. The curvature of these lugs are made to fit even smaller wrists, and certainly with the way that the bracelet will fold in, you can certainly wear this as small as maybe even 6-inch wrist or so, or even smaller than that. Anyone can certainly wear this watch, even though it is a bit on the larger side. It is generally marketed for men because it is, well, 41 millimeters, but certainly you have that capability should you so desire, because my wrist, still relatively small, it fits me just right, especially with these lugs curving downward just nicely. So what sort of thing would you wear this with, and what are your thoughts on this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com, where you can get it for the lowest price anywhere online. Links in the description below where you can see this watch and you can purchase it as well. So we'll see you in the next video. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page, where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.